I am Tammy Beilstein. Welcome to Tammy's Window on Calaveras. I have with me tonight Bambi Papais. She is so well known in our community, probably wider than our community. She's got some amazing art. I can't wait for you guys to see her do her thing in action. She's here. Her husband also, Dwayne, is an outstanding artist. Are your kids artists?
They're creative, but nobody really has taken over art. So they're creative in different ways.
Too much pressure coming from you two. That'd be too much pressure.
You know what I think it is? I think they're, that's like, oh, that's what they do. We're going to do something different.
Okay.
Maybe that?
Well, I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
I love everything you do. I mean, I have never ever seen a piece of your artwork that I thought, I love it. Love it all.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for having me, too.
Oh, my gosh. So you and Dwayne have, from what I understand, taken over Art on Main?
Right. It's
in Murphy's, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so it's a collective. There's about 30 artists there, and local. There might be one in Pioneer and a couple in Tuolumne, a lot in Calaveras. So in general, that's the artist. Yeah, so we took it over about a year ago, and I think I'm still trying to get I've always been on the board for that art gallery, but I'm still trying to get that. Transition took a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And then the whole COVID thing hit, so.
Right. How's that working? You guys completely shut down, I'm guessing?
We were open 7 days a week, and now we're open Friday through Monday. We slowly worked at being open. Yeah. And because it's a collective, the people that belong to it work at the gallery, but there's quite a few people that either don't want to bring home something to their spouse, or they're elderly and they don't want to chance it. So we're limited on our working.
Your staff right now.
Yeah.
So how does that work? Is any artist welcome to put their items in your place, or do they have to be approved by your board?
Right, it's juried, and it's by the board. And we do a yearly contract, and so if all of those artists that are already a part of the gallery renew their contract, then there's no space. There's no space. Yeah. So unless somebody leaves for some unknown reason. So we stay we're full, but we always have waiting lists, and people always ask how they could get in, and so we kind of we hang on to that information, but right now it's full.
You're full.
Yeah.
What kind of art do you have? Obviously, you have paintings. Is everybody in there a painter?
It's a mix. So my husband Dwayne is a digital artist, and so that's a computer program that he creates artwork. And there's another digital artist. There's watercolor, acrylic, oil. There's sculpture, jewelry. It's a real mix. Yeah, fabric. There's fabric art, and then a weaver.
Really?
Yeah, we have a.
I have to go in there. Where on? It's on Main Street.
It's on Main Street. So it is. We're small. So the end of Main Street, closer to Murphy's Grade Road, by Marsolio Olive Oil Tasting Place, right back in there.
Behind it.
Right.
Yes, I have been in there a long time ago. Okay. In fact, I think we went to the olive oil tasting place, and just happened to be walking around and saw it back there. You're right. Yeah,
they're a good draw for us.
Yeah.
You go taste olive oil and then go to the art gallery.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh! In fact, I love Murphy's. It's one of my favorite towns in Calaveras. Yeah. But I go in and out to a lot of different places, but I don't know why I haven't been back to that place, because I thought it was so cool that I actually remembered it, and I have the worst memory like ever. Yeah. Like in the history of memories.
Got it.
And
I might be there too.
Yeah. But I do remember that. In fact, we went in. You guys were giving away something free, a little bracelet or something.
Yeah, one of the gals. Actually, the gal that had the gallery before we took it over. She made that jewelry. She puts that jewelry together, and she would do giveaways.
So nice, so nice. Mark and I spent quite a bit of time in there. Yeah. Oh, I gotta go back.
Yeah. Well, what we notice is, because we have a business in Murphy's,
Uh-huh.
the only time we go tour Murphy's
Yeah.
is if company comes.
Right, yeah.
So that might be, usually you're
Yeah.
working or you've got to do stuff, so.
Yeah.
You don't take time to go to all the little
No,
shops.
you know what happens? Well, Bambi's husband is in the Angels Murphy's Rotary Club with me, and I love that club. And so every Thursday we meet at the Murphy's Hotel. Like I am right across the
You
street
are
from where you
right
are.
across the street.
But I have the habit, I'm working, during the day, so I have the habit of going to my meeting, do my stuff,
Yeah.
talk with everybody afterward, and I take off and go again. So I'm in Murphy's every week, and I don't really get the chance to go walk around.
But again, for now, we're not open Thursdays.
Okay.
It was a thought to start, right now, we're Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay.
But it'll change. I mean, I think all of this someday might settle down,
Yeah.
maybe.
It better.
I know.
I don't know how much longer I can do this.
I know.
And it's all about me anyway. So.
Oh, no, I thought it was about me. Me.
So during the whole COVID thing, when you were logged into your home, were you painting nonstop? Did you take a break from painting? What happened?
Should have been. No, actually, I think I was scrambling at what to do with the art gallery.
Oh.
Because we closed, so that's 30 people even though it's, just get hold of them and tell them.
Right.
There was a lot of back and forth of should we, shouldn't we,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do this, so, and then we applied for some of the small business loans to try to get us through. That was time consuming. I mean,
Yeah.
so really, even though people think, oh, COVID just shut the door, and there was a lot.
Sure.
I think any business owner had a lot to do.
Yeah.
And I think if you were a parent with kids, you had a lot
Yeah.
extra, even though our kids are grown
Grown,
and done, but.
Yeah. But you're right that every person had their own issues
Yeah, yeah.
with what's going on. Kind of regular life sort of stopped.
Yep.
So you did not
I
have
did.
all this extra time to
I
paint.
did. A
You
little
know,
bit. Like
little bit.
I have a painting going, and I would go work on it, and then I'd go back to businessy stuff, and then
Yeah.
work on it. So
Yeah. Does painting feel like a job to you, or is it fun?
I love it.
Okay.
I love it, but I have let business take over my painting time, and I'm right at that point now where I could see. I just have to switch that mindset.
Yeah.
And let painting take over. We also got a puppy. Now, she's
Aw.
a year now,
Yeah.
but puppies are like little kids, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to blame it on her because she's so darn cute.
You can blame it on her.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, she won't know.
Yeah.
But don't let her watch the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She would love it. Turn her head sideways.
Oh my gosh. Well, I love everything you do.
Well, thank you.
Even these things, these little things right here, I could stare at them forever. Look at this one, you guys. This is so Bambi. You have this sort of art that you can see it a mile away, and I know it's you.
Oh, good.
I know it's yours.
I like that.
You have such a neat style.
Yes. So
When you painted this, did you paint it on this paper? This tiny?
I do I think it was about that size. It could have been just a little bit bigger, but pretty close to that. But this one, the person that had seen probably these big ones right here,
Yeah.
and they said, we would love a little painting. Actually, it was a surprise for his wife. A little
Aw.
painting with colored tulips and little frogs and party hat because it's her birthday. And so anyway, there was meaning to it in
It's so
in
cute.
that one.
I'm on the screen. I'm sure they can't see these little frogs have party hats on.
Little frogs.
Even the stems, you guys, are different from each other. It's
Okay.
just so amazing, the detail.
It's fun.
How do you make those skinny little lines?
I have a good brush, and not necessarily a little tiny brush. It's just a brush that comes to a fine point.
Wow.
They make good tools for artists. And
Okay.
I also like detail, so.
Obviously, yeah. Look at this one. I'm going to show this one too. And we're going to want you to, isn't that gorgeous?
Now, in this butterfly series, the yellow one, the dog
Yeah.
face, so a greeting card company picked that design up.
This one.
Yeah, and I didn't bring the card with, but they put a nice saying about a caterpillar turning to a butterfly.
Aw.
It was a really nice card. So sometimes companies will use my art for their product.
How do they find out about you? Do you mail email them your designs, or do they see it somewhere and someone contacts you?
It's both has happened. I've had people get a hold of me and said, somebody sent me one of your cards, and I'm wondering if you would do whatever.
Yeah.
And I've also mailed companies images, and so it works both ways. It is fun when someone sees your artwork and they get back in touch with you. And
I bet. Yeah. That meant that much to them.
Yeah.
And you have these for Christmas.
Yeah, aren't they fun? Christmas,
They're
holidays
cute.
are fun stuff.
So cute. And these two, they have a little bit of a shine. I hope that they'll show on your.
Yeah.
You guys.
It's very fun to
Can
dress.
you see those?
I like dressing up frogs.
Oh, so do you ever draw people?
You know, I have, but I'm trying to go back. I'm sure I have. It's just not. The thing about drawing people is if you're wrong or if something is a little off, and it's not good for whoever it's for, and it's not good for you. So I think I leave it to frogs and
because frogs,
animals, butterflies. Yeah.
They're not going to be critical or sensitive or anything.
Exactly.
You can do what's in your imagination. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. So when you draw these things, you sometimes use this size paper and you get that detailed, that tiny, and sometimes you go this big.
Right. And actually, these guys were big.
They were big.
If you turn that side, more like the white background, these were that big. So I'll do both, and then through reproduction you can reduce things down. So
do you take a photo of it to make these, or do you have like a huge scanner that you lay it down on and it scans?
I actually send my art to a company in Sacramento. We'll either drive it down or send it to a company in Sacramento that I like, that I'm used to using, and they will, they digitize it.
Okay. Well, I'd be so nervous about letting it go.
Yeah, that's why you find somebody that you like and you trust, and you know the company.
Yeah. For sure. So you had something you wanted to draw for us tonight?
Well, I thought I could do a quick sketch.
Yes.
Kind of quick. Are you
Please
ready
do.
for that?
I want to see you draw.
Okay.
It's so impressive.
I brought a little cheat sheet. That's my I do a rough sketch to decide what I'm going to do.
Oh.
I'm going to just set this right here for now. Maybe here so I don't kick it over.
So you do special orders then? So if someone's having an event or wants to give a gift, they can tell you then what they have in mind? And
I'm not timely on things anymore. So that would be a commission.
Okay.
And really I'm a ways off. If somebody said, oh, I need it next month, it's not going to happen. But if someone could be patient about it, it's something I could go off. So
that's amazing.
Okay, we're gonna. So if you feel like asking me, you ask, and I'm first going to start with some goofy shapes.
Do you ever erase, or is erasing a no-no?
No, I do erase. I have this fancy kneaded
that's an eraser.
Yeah, it's a kneaded eraser, and what it does, it takes the pencil off a paper without removing the paper.
Oh, awesome.
Do you ever remember erasing so hard that the paper comes with it?
Yeah.
Kneaded erasers, very nice. They're squishy and you can smoosh them in.
Is that at an artist store?
Yeah. So I do get a kick out of frogs. I don't know what, I'm sure it's Calaveras County.
Yeah.
And somewhere, you realize this is a frog county.
Yeah, it sure is.
And I have different softnesses of pencil, so I want to see what. This is darker.
I would have never
known
that they could make that much of a difference. How soft the pencil is.
Yeah, there's some that are just very, very light, and there's a reason for every kind of pencil. But I'll be going over this, so this will get darker, and you can see what I'm doing.
I can already see where you're going with this, and you make it look so easy, but it is not. It's not at all.
And it's kind of funny drawing on the side too. So and
then and we have a shadow in here because of the studio.
That's okay. That's all right.
How cool!
I'm kind of making this guy kind of hanging out of some leafy stuff. I just want to. It's going to be his little fingers. Rough them
Oh,
in.
darling.
But that's the thing about sketching, you can go over, you have rough lines and you can go over it until it turns into something better. Now even when I'm painting watercolor, I would start with a rough sketch, might not be this size, might be a little tiny one, and then I would work this big.
You know what's neat about the way you're doing this is, and not that it's any mistakes, but it's not perfect.
Right, right.
Like, I know when I have tried to draw anything, I try to be so perfect at it, and then I just mess it up.
I actually can do that too, but that's the good thing about sketching is
Yeah.
I don't have time to be perfect. I have taken some botanical painting workshops
Uh-huh.
Where they're painting scientifically correct.
Wow.
And they're fun. I love that style, but it's definitely a quick, not quick, it's a time-consuming,
Yeah.
you know. I like it though.
Yeah, that's neat.
I'm gonna give him a little eyeball here.
So I think I've asked you this before, but I don't remember. How old were you when you started drawing?
I think I was really young. As a little kid, I do remember saying this sometime, maybe not to you, but I loved coloring or drawing or doodling, and I do think even when other kids were playing, going off, doing whatever, playing, I really got a kick out of drawing. So I remember as a kid drawing, and then I just stuck with it through my life.
I'm so glad you did. My husband, he's a very good artist, but he was in a class in college where the teacher was super critical, and Mark just stopped drawing. He just was like, it's not fun anymore, and he stopped. And he has a friend named Frank who is always asking him to draw something for him because Frank remembers Mark drawing so much when they were younger.
And I bet he's really good. So does he ever just take a little time and?
Nope.
No.
Nope. I wish he would.
Aww.
He's really good at like eyes and hands and drawing things like that. He always liked that sort of thing.
So maybe he'll go back to it someday. That's my.
I hope. Maybe when he retires one day, maybe he'll just have time to do something like this.
I think sometimes, I feel sometimes people had that talent when or that gift when they were younger.
Mm-hmm.
Some people stick with it, and some people go back to it later. I think. I don't know that, but.
Yeah, it seems like it. I hope he doesn't wait till he retires, because I'd love to see him go back to it again.
We're just making this fun.
Oh, so cute. So that is another, that's a huge issue I have when I do try to draw anything, is I never know when I'm done. Like if that were my page, I probably would see the empty space above and be like, oh, I probably should add here, and here, and here, and here.
I was thinking, it could be like a confetti frog. He's like having a party, or like a starlight, moonlight, bright celebration. I make up stories while I'm.
How do you know when you're done?
Well, I could probably keep going, and somebody should say, you should stop now. You just let me know.
Oh, no, I want you to keep drawing. I don't mean, I'm not talking about this one, I mean just ever. Like with any of these, how did you know when your picture was finished?
Some of them, I'm working on it, I know there's things like he's got an eye and he's got a mouth. There's areas that you're going to finish up, but when it's all done, I'm sure I stand back and go, I think that's enough. Or I may go, I could add a little bit more. So.
Yeah.
Or there might be a deadline too that you have to. Oh,
true.
Maybe. I really haven't worked well with deadlines lately. This is my confetti. This is
so cute.
This is like a party guy.
I love how watching you draw kind of gives you the feeling that I think I might try this.
I know. I think you could. It's just really just for fun. So. I'm really just making fun shapes to, I like leafy patterns.
So darling. Do you ever teach classes, or do they teach classes over at the art gallery?
There are some artists that teach, and I'm not one of them, but just off the top of my head, it's probably something we should do, but have a type of list of who teachers. We had Martha Wallace was a local artist that taught adults and children, and she passed away a couple years ago, but not that old, though, just a weird time.
But she taught classes, huh?
Yeah.
You know, our hospice as a staff, not that we need any bonding, I think that's what it's called though, like a staff bonding activity. We're like family anyway. But we went together and did a painting class. It was in Sutter Creek. We all painted the same painting. It was pretty simple. Actually, it didn't look so simple when I first saw what we were going to be drawing. I thought, oh Lord, that's gonna be crazy. But when she did step by step, we were all able to do it, and I still have mine at my house.
What was the subject?
It was flowers, but we painted the whole entire background first, and it looked like it had a sunset going behind it, and then we painted the flowers in front. And just learning the different techniques behind making different shapes and putting what's in our head onto paper. It was a huge help having someone do it step by step with us, and we had a really great time. And then we did one as a fundraiser for our hospice after that, and people paid to go sit for the art class. So the teacher, I think, took out what she needed to do for the materials and probably some time. But the rest of the money went to our hospice, and it was one of the most fun things that we've done as an agency together.
Well, how fun. No, she probably does that, teaches regularly.
I think so. It was the first time I'd ever been to one, but other people had been to classes of hers before, so it's probably what she does.
Yeah. There are some good art teachers out there, so I leave that teaching to those good art teachers.
I think just looking at this, you could teach somebody how to do this.
I could probably teach sketching. I might bore someone to death with, when it gets down to painting, I get pretty detailed, so.
You do get very detailed.
Some of that can be a little time consuming, but.
Wow.
Well, I hope your husband gets someday back to art.
I hope so too.
Sometimes people just need to sketch to get it back, get that feeling back.
Yeah. You know what I was just thinking when you're saying that you didn't know if you'd be a good teacher. Well, I think you'd be a great teacher, but then my next thought was, that teacher my husband had who was so critical, he probably should not have been a teacher.
I know. It reminded me of something, I'm trying to think, but this was an adult teacher, and he was doing a workshop, they call them workshops, and he had a spiel that he was talking, and somebody interrupted and said, "What's that?" Whatever, and he said, "Excuse me." And he went back to his spiel, and I thought, oh, well.
Wow.
Questions are out of the mode
not
for
allowed.
This. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is so cute.
Yeah. I think teachers are, I had in elementary, very young, small town in Montana, and a teacher, I guess the regular class teacher also taught music.
Yeah.
And so she wanted to hear you sing high and low. And I don't sing at all. And I'm sure I went, oh. And she goes, oh my.
Oh.
And she says, well, you should, I don't know where she put me, but it wasn't a positive thing.
Oh no.
Oh my.
You remembered it.
That was my singing, yeah.
Yeah.
Where in actuality, I think anyone could be taught anything.
You think?
Yeah, if you didn't have those rough criticisms going on.
Yeah. It could just kill somebody's spirit for sure.
Maybe teachers don't do that now, huh?
I don't know. I hope not.
I'm just giving him some,
Oh, he's adorable.
some frog shadow.
Where else can people find your artwork besides your gallery?
Well, Art on Main, or I have a website, and it's bambiart.com.
Okay. All one word.
BAMBIART.com.
Okay.
And because, I don't know, life and the gallery, things take, I don't really have it out. There's a little gallery in Pinecrest that's got some of my work. I used to have it in Cedar Creek, but that changed hands. A lot of art changed, not only with COVID, but it was kind of, I hate to go back to 9/11, but art kind of changed after that.
Really?
Yeah, I think the way people buy art, so instead of branching out too big, I just stayed local.
Have you ever heard of this shop called, it's a Crafty Chicks store, it's in Angels Camp on Main Street?
Oh, I just like the name.
It is so darn cute.
It's a Crafty Chick.
Crafty Chicks, and people like you have their art in there. There's all sorts of things. I mean, I think there's art, there's dish towels, there's baby items, there's mugs, there's all sorts of things. If you ever needed a gift, that's the place you'd go and you'd find something there. I think your art would fit in there so well.
Well, I do, and now that you're saying that, there's another gallery in Angels Camp, Prestige Gallery. She's by the movie theater.
Oh, okay.
And she carries my work.
Oh, does she? Okay.
Yeah. I forget where art is. It's around.
Oh, so great.
And then the little spice tin in Murphy's
Yes.
has used my art for their dish towels and tea towels. Like, so they know a company that prints will put images on. So somebody did one of my frogs. Actually, there's a little, I don't even know if it's here. Anyway, they put it on a towel. And then somebody took the dish towel and had it stretched and framed.
Oh.
And I happened to be in their home, and I said, "Look at that!" And they go, "Yeah, no, we bought a dish towel and we framed." That was pretty funny.
That is so neat.
It's funny to see your art around.
Oh my gosh, we are just about out of time. We have like 1 minute left. I wasn't even watching the clock because I was all staring at what you're doing. I love that, Bambi. Thank you so much for doing this.
This guy could be done.
Oh, it's great.
Although I could keep going. So should I stop?
Oh, either way. Oh, and I have to end the show, so you can keep going if you'd like. Thank you so much for being here. You guys check out Art on Main in Murphy's to find Bambi's art and art from other talented artists. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you come back.
Thank you.
Because I could watch you all day.
Oh, okay, we'll have to do a new one. Thank you so much.
You guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time on Tammy's Window on Calaveras.